Hi, I'm Kennan Beckstrand. At the age of 12, I knew that I was different than other kids. I was 6'5", and I was the brunt of great bullying because I was different. I knew I was different from about the age of 3 because I knew I was attracted to men and couldn't wait to ride a bike to see men with their shirts off in my neighborhood. My mother would always tell me, don't look at the Playtex Living Heart Cross Your Heart bra commercials. And I thought, why? I don't care about that. At the age of 12, I was 6'5", and a man in my church found me attractive and abused me repeatedly. I told my religious leader, and he told me, well, even if you are attracted to men, get married, have children, stay in the church, and God will cure you. I trusted and had faith in my religion, so I did that. 11 years ago, I had had enough of the lie I was living, and I confessed to my wife, and she told me to move down the basement that night. The next day, I had to tell my father, my siblings, and my sons about my orientation. That was on a Monday. The following Friday, I was excommunicated from my religion. The following Tuesday, I was kicked out of my home and disowned by my family. I moved into an apartment the following Tuesday, so exactly 10 days after my coming out to my family, I was kicked out and lived in an apartment by myself. I sat and cried for a good 3 months until I found a gay bar in Utah. And I said, I just want friends. And from that time on, my life has been a life of authenticity. I lost my job as a dean in Utah because of my orientation. And I went for 3 years looking for work. I have 4 bachelor's, a master's, and a PhD, and I couldn't even work at Walmart because nobody would hire me because of my orientation. I finally was recruited to come to Rochester, New York, and they said, have you ever been to New York? And I said, no. And they said, would you move there? And I said, yes, tomorrow. And it was the greatest blessing and most fortunate thing in my life, because I was able to move to a community that is accepting of me. I moved to Rochester and joined the Rochester Gay Men's Chorus, and as a result of that decision, I have the most loving, kind, accepting family anyone could ask for. I had heard that things get better, but I can tell you that it's true. It's amazing what a family you can develop, and who will embrace you, and who will love you unconditionally if you live a life of authenticity and are true to yourself. It's been 11 years, and this last Christmas, I finally heard from my oldest son. He still is very standoffish, but at least I've heard from him and got the opportunity to talk to my twin granddaughters. My middle son is still not accepting of me, and my youngest son has included me back in his life. It takes patience. It takes long suffering. It takes understanding. And it takes a lot of patience and a lot of friends to support you. But I can tell you that there are people there and people here who will be there for you. It's worth it. Be true to yourself.